Abhishek here. Today's topic is pre-request script in Postman. So what exactly are pre-request script? Before understanding that, let's quickly create a collection here. So here you'll be able to see this particular section called pre-request scripts. Okay. So what exactly are these? These are the scripts which will be executed before any other request in your tool. Okay. Now, these particular scripts are written in JavaScript. If you are writing a certain set of code here, that is going to get executed before any other request in your collection or inside your folder, or for that matter in your request as well. Okay, these are written in JavaScript. So even if you do not have a good understanding with JavaScript language, Postman provides a very good feature of snippets. What are snippets? These are the block of codes which we can use, whatever common request which we send using this particular pre-request script, that we can use by just tweaking a few variables. So if I click on this particular snippet, it will give the exact code what is required to get an environment variable. We are going to discuss this thing in detail. So let me delete this. Now you can set this pre-request script at a request level, at a folder level, at a collection level, and they work slightly different. I'm going to discuss about that. So we are going to follow approach in which we are going to come from bottom down to the top. So that means I'm going to discuss about the request first, and then at the folder level, and then at the collection level. So let's add a request inside the collection. Click on add a request, and we are using this particular API reqres.in, and this is the endpoint which we are going to use. So let me copy this endpoint and paste it here. Now here I'll just go to this particular section called pre-request script, and for us to just understand the flow and how the scope is applied, we are going to use a basic JavaScript command called console.log. This particular command is used to print out whatever we are mentioning on the consoles. Okay, so use the double quote. I'll just write pre-request script at request level. Okay, I'll put a semicolon. I'll click on save. Okay, now in case you're not aware about this, you'll be able to see this console section on the bottom left corner. You just need to click on this. I'll click on clear so that we are able to see the fresh run. Now if I send this request, this particular request is hitting this endpoint, but this particular section, whatever we have mentioned, that is going to be displayed before that request runs. So I click on send, and here as you can see, pre-request script at request level is executed first. Let me clear this, and we'll discuss about another way or another scope as well. Now as you know that inside a collection we can create a folder as well, right? So you click on these three dots, you click on add folder. Okay, and I'll just duplicate this request, and I'll make one more copy. Okay, and I'll put both of these requests inside new folder. Okay, now since I copied both of these requests, these both will have this pre-request script. Let me delete this because we are trying to understand now at the folder level. So I will copy and delete this. Okay, now if you are going to a folder level, there also you'll be able to see this particular section called pre-request script. Let me close the documentation side and let me paste this code, and here I'll write at folder level. So whenever we are executing this, and there are two requests inside this folder, right? So what will happen is this particular section is going to be applied to both. So before this request runs, uh, this set of code is going to get executed similarly for the second request. So let me just rename this to as first request, and let me rename this to as second request. Okay, now let me save this, save this, save this as well. Now we'll go to the collection, we'll go to console first, and let's clear if there is anything. So there is nothing, I have already cleared this. So click on run at the collection level, and here I'll scroll down, I'll click on run new collection, and you'll be able to see, let's see, the first it went to the folder, it executed this particular pre-request script which we have mentioned at folder level. The first request inside this got executed, and then again the pre-request script at the folder level got executed, and then the request. Now it went to this particular request which is out of the folder. So here it saw, okay, this particular needs to be run. So here you're able to see at request level. Okay, now let me clear this and understand the next scope where we can set it up. So we can set this particular section at collection level also. So I'll copy this, I'll go to collections, you'll click on collection. Here I'll just paste this code console.log, and instead of folder I'll mention collection level. Okay, now I'll just save this. So what exactly is going to happen here is this code is going to get executed for each and every request. Okay, while this folder scope is only for these two requests. So let's see the run once we run it. So let me go to this and click on run. Before that I'll open the console just to see the output, and now I'll click on run new collection. So here if you see, let me scroll up. So first thing is pre-request script at collection level got executed, then the folder level, then the folder level will be repeated for two requests. Now coming to the last request, this folder is not applicable because it is outside of the scope, but it is applicable for collection. So here we are able to see collection level and request level, and here we'll be able to see the request what has been sent. Okay, so these are the different ways you can set it up. Now let's understand what we can do inside this. So we'll go inside a request only and we'll try to understand this. So let me minimize this thing here. Now I'll remove this particular set of code, and we'll try to understand few of the things. So before using this get thing, let's use this set thing. Okay, because if I click on this, the environment section, environment quick look, right now if you are able to see, there is no environment variable set. So we'll try to see if we are able to set something or not. So let me click on this set an environment variable. So if you click on set an environment variable, this is going to create a variable, and if you can set a value as well. So let's say I'll put a value here as page number. Okay, now let's say I'll mention here as 2. Okay, so here in case of number, let's use page number. Okay, so this particular thing is supplied from here from parameters, so you can use it in parameters, authorization, headers, wherever you want. Okay, now I'm going to use this value here. So we'll use the normal syntax for creating a variable. So I'll put double quotes and I'll put the variable name what we are trying to do it from here. Now if I click on this, hover over this, you'll be able to see this unresolved variable. But if you go here, we are trying to create this variable with number 2. Okay, if I click here, right now I'm not able to see anything, but let me save this and try to run this. So if I run this now, it should be able to create this variable, set the value to, and give us the required output. So see, this is working fine. Now let's inspect this. If I go here, so it got created in just 1 second. So yeah, so the environment, the page number got created in the environment variable. Now if I click on this, if I click on edit, I'll be able to see page number here. Yeah, so see the page number is created and it is 2. Now if I go to the request again, and if we'll see here, we are passing page number. Okay, now let's say we want to see if just in the console if it is working fine or not, right? So we can write here console.log and we can mention page number. So this was one of the snippets which we have used. Now let's say this particular variable we have set already using the variable method or any other method which we discussed before, the variables. So you can always use get a variable, get a collection variable, these methods. So here in getting a variable, since the variable is already set, the value is already set, you are just going to provide whatever the variable name you have used, and accordingly you can use in your script. Now this particular section covers, we are going to discuss about how to create custom variables, but I'll be discussing those things in another video. Let me just give you more scopes or use cases where this could be used. So this another section is called test, which we are going to discuss in the upcoming video, in the next video. But let's say we have two particular requests available here, and if this particular request gets run and we get a certain output, and that output we want to use in next request, and that is generated during the runtime. So for us to understand, let's say here we are getting the page number 2, and let's say in the next request, whatever the page number we are getting, we just want to increase the counter by 1. So what we'll do is we'll create a certain set of code in this particular test, because this is the response from which we are trying to extract the data, and we are going to put in the next request in this pre-request script section using whatever variable we have defined, and we'll add something into that. So we are going to discuss about in detail how to do scripting or create custom codes here, but in at a very high level, or just to understand the basics, you can try all these snippets. I can create a video about all these different snippets as well in the future, but that covers everything about the pre-request scripts. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have any doubts regarding this. uh, Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye bye.